J.K. Rowling. She created the Harry Potter universe, then 8 years later decided to destroy everyone's vision of it with her political views. That was a good one, Joanne. I myself am not trans, so I cannot personally comment on the things that she said about the trans community, but I can tell you what trans people have told me, that it's a bit of a car crash. More than that, it's like a car crash where you have no insurance, you break all the bones in your body and have to have all your limbs amputated. And don't get me wrong, it's not because she's transphobic. No, that's pretty run-of-the-mill these days. Who in the queer community hasn't been privy to a bit of hate crime here and there? It's actually because she's trying to push this transphobia into legislation, actively impeding the liberation of trans individuals across the whole spectrum.
I quickly became homophobic.
I mean, to give credit to her, she hasn't done that in a while. In fact, she's got so much flack on Twitter that she hasn't tweeted since December of last year. Hope you're doing well, Joanne. But after she blew up again last year over this essay, which is just invalidating trans people and justifying their oppression with stories of personal trauma for over 30 paragraphs, TERFdom, or trans-exclusionary radical feminism, has been on the rise, and tensions have been rising on both sides of the ball court, resulting in no space to have actual reasonable discussion because, well, we're talking about very sensitive topics with two groups of heavily traumatized individuals. But I'm not going to talk about that because, frankly, I'm not a deep person and I'm scared of being yelled at. You can yell generally in the comments, just not at me. And if you want to yell, you have to subscribe to me first. That's the trade-off. Instead, I'm going to be talking about a group of people that have risen from the ashes of those debates like a phoenix. The super straights. Or the, SS. Either they've never taken a single history lesson, or they have exactly one brain cell between them, and I'm not sure which is worse. Disregarding the mildly genocidal background of the super straight label, this group of people basically have a victim complex. You know, the scary transes and the lgbtq are targeting them and oppressing them. Oh, that's awful, you may say. What are they doing? Are people being beaten in the streets? Is the government actively ignoring a plague that seems dead set on exterminating their community? Are they being barred from certain clubs or murdered for their identity? And the answer to all of those things is no. No, that's not happening. They've apparently been told that they're transphobic for having a preference when it comes to, well, you know, the things that adults do in the privacy of their homes. I mean, I can't really say the details on YouTube for obvious reasons, but let's unpack that real quick. First of all, no one's telling you that. Second of all, even if they were, it's not a form of oppression for someone to tell you to re-examine why you think or feel a certain way. And third of all, have you tried getting a hobby? Or a therapist? Or both? You know, let's really unpack those insecurities for you. Why do you feel so attacked by trans people? Is your need for attention that bad? I mean, that's a bit hypocritical, actually, considering I run a YouTube channel specifically to get more attention. Why am I unable to feel validation unless it's at the hands of strangers who don't care about my well-being? Therapy session aside, let's talk about why this is problematic. And it's basically because it breeds talking points like this.
Super straight is just straight as far as I'm concerned. Being attracted to a dude that now doesn't look like a dude is still gay.
Now, yeah. Having a preference isn't inherently transphobic, but this fucking thread sure is. When you create a label like super straight, you tend to separate trans people from the rest of their gender, which allows for them to be seen as other and actively creates conversations in which trans people's experiences with their gender, and sometimes even just their experiences as human beings, are discounted, belittled, and mocked. So, super straights, if you're listening to this, remember to like and subscribe, and maybe try to go outside and touch some grass. I don't know, maybe some fresh air would do you good. This is a new format for me, so if you liked it, please let me know in the comments, or come join my Discord and let me know there. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!